Good morning, everybody. My name's Derek, and welcome to the Tiny Raptor Farm. What's going on, everybody? Another day in the life. I came out to feed the animals today. This morning, get my morning routine started, and it's supposed to be raining today. And matter of fact, it's starting to rain right now. But I'm going to see if there's some things that we can't do today. Entertain y'all a little bit today. Okay, everybody's fed up and watered. Now, my uncle told me a trick the other day, because remember I was saying the eggs are getting eaten and all, and I did not think of this, but he said just put the straw or wood chips or whatever in the feet in their nesting boxes, and that should deter them from eating them. And I never thought about that, but it makes sense because it'll kind of hide them and whatnot. But I just walked in my coop. Normally when I walk in my coop, every day there's at least 2 or 3 eggs that are eaten. And this morning I don't see any eaten. Let me show you. Not one. None, 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 none. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. 3 eggs. All of them's perfectly ripe. Or ripe. Aren't harmed at all. Let me see these eggs. Big eggs. Oh, God. Them are huge. Huh. It's rare that we get 3 in the same time that are that big. Normally, every once in a while, you get a really big one, but we got 3 at one time. I don't know if I'm aiming that right. Getting 3 at one time, that's pretty cool. I might have to call my uncle and let him know that trick worked, or I may just get him to watch it. Yeah, I'll call him or text him or something. But everything's fed up, watered up. So now, let's go find something to do. Okay, so nothing really new to report in the garden except for, these are my big ones. God, and like the few flowers, see them? Yes, finally. And also, finally, bam, a tomatillo. I think that's what that is anyway. Finally, see how big these things are. With none of them growing. Well, I mean, none of them sprouted or flowered. Look, oh, stupid hornworm. So guess what? I'm breaking that one off. You're going bye-bye, sir. Stop that one. I don't see any more. I'll look for some more later, but I'm super excited because they have flowers. Thank you, Lord Jesus. But look at the tomatillos. Look how big they are. Finally got one. Oh, I see another one down there too. They look like those little Chinese things in those movies. They'd put a candle in it and it'd float in the air. Whatever those things are. That's what they look like. And they look hollow. I ain't touched one because I don't want it to fall off because it's been 20 years since I planted these. And I don't want it to fall off and not grow. Guess what? We got tomatillos and some Okay, so I just asked the missus, and she said that those are tomatillos, that they grow inside of that. It's like it's a shell, and it is hollow, like I was talking about, but it's got the tomatillo grows inside of it, and I didn't know that. I've never grew tomatillos before. Never even heard of tomatillos till about 2 years ago. But there's a bunch of them sprouting on here. Never had a tomatillo, so I'm kind of excited. Can't wait to taste them. The little white dots right there. There's a couple more on the other side. And what those are from is stink bugs will land on them and they'll stick their snout or whatever it is inside of them. They'll drink the water out of them, and then when they pull it out, the okra will heal itself, and those little dots are basically scars. But in my opinion, I don't know if I want to eat them because they have that stink bug mouth in them. This right here, I'm almost 100% positive that's diseased. I don't know what that disease is called. If somebody knows what the disease is called, comment and put it in the comment section for me. But I'm not going to eat that. Little education for you. Now, yesterday, my kids started homeschool classes, and thinking about last night that we had talked about me doing an agriculture class for them, so I kind of started coming up with a curriculum last night, and today they're going to start from scratch with growing stuff, and they're going to get stuff ready for winter. They're going to have their own little high tunnels. Now, if you don't know what a high tunnel is, it's basically a greenhouse that looks like a half tunnel. That's why they call it a high tunnel. But they're going to start from scratch, and they're going to name, label, document. They're going to track, label, document everything. Every single thing that happens with that plant, they're going to document it. And then at the end of that growing period, everything that they grew in that greenhouse, they're going to eat. Me and their mama's not going to be able to eat it. So they're going to eat it solely for them. It's going to be solely for them, so we can't touch it. It's going to be a good educational experience. But again, today it's supposed to rain, so I don't know if we're going to build high tunnels or not. But they're definitely going to start seeds today. So they're supposed to be researching how to do everything. Supposed to be researching what the germination rate and everything's supposed to be for each plant that they're going to plant. And when it actually germinates, they're going to document whether it came early or late or right on time. I mean, all kind of stuff they're going to be doing with it, but be a good educational experience, in my opinion. So, okay, again, let's go find something to do. Okay, so I found something to do. See these things right here? I got those from work, and I used them to plant stuff in, but the kids is right here at the end of my house, and the kids' high tunnels are going to go right here. So, but the bottoms of these things are so dry rotted. They've been sitting here for a couple years, but they're so dry rotted that I can't. If I lift them up, then everything will come out of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna de-weed them. I'm gonna shovel the soil out and put them in my wheelbarrow. I'm gonna put rabbit poop in it, and I'm gonna mix it up real good. And I actually probably need to take the dry poop and put it on some plywood and grind it up with a rock or something. That way it can turn into a powder form, and then I can mix it into this dirt when I put it in the wheelbarrow. But then I'm gonna take these boxes apart and move them out of the way, probably burn them or something. And yeah, I'm trying to de-weed all this stuff, but they're making it difficult for me. Hey, who's that? He says hi. Okay, so me and my turkeys, we got everything out of the boxes, and now they're doing one more check for me, make sure I got it all. Now I'm going to shovel it out into the wheelbarrow. Okay, now I'm not going to get too full with it because there's a rabbit poop. I'm not going to get too full with it because I don't want to fill this thing up and then have to dig through all that dirt that I just shoveled in there. So I'm going to mix it in gradually, which I think is the best way to go. But I'm using a shovel. Let me show this thing to you. This was one of my grandpa's shovels. He passed away a while back, and my family gave me 2 or 3 of his shovels. Now I just turned 40 in July, and if I'm not mistaken, this thing's older than I am. It's as old, if not older than I am. Maybe some of my family can tell me how old this shovel is. I'm not 100% sure. Well, I know it's pretty old, but man, it's lightweight. There's an original stick on it. So man, I love this thing. Thanks, Papa. Now, what I just found, no earthworm in the soil. These things are excellent for irrigating your garden, so I'm going to come out and put him in one of the beds. See, which one should I put him in? Let's put him in this one. Dig him a little hole. Go ahead and get you started there, buddy. Cover you up there. Cool. Ooh. Probably. Dang. Now these things will latch on everything. So what I need to do. Oh. Okay, so when you got a trellis that you want these things to climb, sometimes you got to motivate them. You just saw these two were attached to each other, so I took them apart and latched it onto there, and now this one will grow up the trellis. Now when these other ones get big enough and get where they can reach out and grab it, I'll do the same to them. It's a little trick, because you don't want to depend on them things to grab onto it itself, because 9 out of 10 times you will be disappointed in it. Okay, back to the dirt. Okay, so I moved my other poop bucket. And there's a bunch of earthworms in here, so I'm gonna dig them up and throw them in the garden. Okay, so I found a bunch of them. Some little tiny ones too. So I'm gonna throw them in the garden, and then I'll finally get back to my task. Okay, I don't know if I'd mentioned this before, but if you, oh, I gotta catch my breath. If you're starting your own compost and you have a chicken coop, start the pile in your chicken coop. That would be the best way to do it. I wish I would have did this before. Before I made that thing over there. This is all the old soil. This soil is like almost 3 years old. So hopefully these babies will do it some good. Okay, guys. I think that got everything done that needs to be done today, or that I can get done today. But tomorrow, hopefully, God willing, I'm going to be building the kids' high tunnel. They're in there doing research on each thing that they're doing or that they're planting. But we're not going to we're going to do the high tunnels tomorrow, but we're not going to cover them because it's too hot still and they don't need to be covered. But with all the chickens and stuff running around, I'm going to have to block it off somehow. I'm not going to make the kids plant their stuff tonight. We're just going to find the pots and make sure we got pots to do them with. And if we don't, then either we can go get some, or I had to knock a couple things off their list. But anyways, tomorrow my new camera equipment will be in. 1,000 Nerf bullets should be in tomorrow too, and a couple other things supposed to be in. Oh, my shock for my pool will be in tomorrow. So thank you for joining me today. I hope it was educational, and I hope you have fun. I know I did, even though I'm sweating like crazy. I still had fun today. So thank you all for joining me. I love you. And a big shout out to my uncle again. Thank you, love you. And we will talk to you tomorrow.